Good evening, viewers.
Hello, everyone.
Can you hear us? Sam is still having his dinner, or tea, as we call it here in the north. What are you having?
Well, I'm just eating. I'm just literally swallowing as we went live there a mouthful of the most budget sort of oven pizza you can get. I call it kids pizza because it's the sort of pizza that you always have like own brand supermarket, really like the cheapest you can get.
Fresh, refrigerated or frozen?
Frozen.
Even better.
Yeah, like literally, it's the lowest of the low, and we keep them in the freezer at all times. And the best time to serve them up is when, like, you have so Len had a mate round after school, so you get out the frozen pizzas, no toppings, just cheese and tomato.
Yeah.
But the big secret of these cheap own brand pizzas that say things on them like, they'll always say something like "Wise Guys, genuine Italian New York pizza slice," right? Or they'll go Neapolitana, authentic Italian pizza from the motherland. You could not get anything less authentic. And yet, I fucking love cheap frozen pizza. And when I smelt the telltale aroma of it, because Len had a mate over, I knew my wife, she'd cracked open the frozen pizzas. So I said, chuck in an extra couple, not one, two, because whatever we're having for dinner, I want a side portion of cheap frozen pizza. Almost like, you might order a side of garlic bread in a restaurant.
Yeah.
So you might say sometimes, can I have a side of chips or a side of salad? I had dinner, which happened to be a kind of salad, and then a side plate with 2 slices of cheap pizza. And I ate them, and then I grabbed a third as I was walking across from the house to the Vita Modular. I grabbed a third and said to the family who are still eating, I'm going to do a live podcast now, and whack the third slice in my mouth.
That's living all right. That's living out loud. The salad, I don't think, was the main part of the meal. I think that should have been on the side. The pizza's the main part of the meal. But those things, they're not like food. They're units of, I'm not even going to use the word nutrition. They're units of ballast.
Yeah. But
ballast.
I love them. Someone just said here, Mark, 4 for £1. And that's what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. The cheaper, the better. Sometimes, I'm not saying I don't like nice pizza. I've got there's a trendy place that's opened up the road. And it's like, I don't know, fucking local dough or some bullshit thing like that. And all sorts of fancy bits. And I had one and it was lovely. But, it cost about fucking 18 quid for a pizza, right? And so sometimes it's just a different experience. You don't think of it as pizza. You think of it as something else. And to your point that it should have been the main part, maybe, Andy, but I feel that having slices on a small plate next to your large plate is so decadent. What you got there? Side pizza. Yeah. I've got some side pizza. Some people have pizza as main meal. Not me. That's just my little side. That's my bonus food.
There's a brand, I can't remember which one it is now. It's not Goodfellas, it's one of the other ones. And they do pepperoni microwave pizzas. And they've got the tiny little discs of pepperoni on. And you just microwave them in 2.5 minutes. That you've got to put them though on a silver cardboard disc that they come with. Yeah. And I think that's the magic stuff that makes them crispy or something.
Yeah, that is called cardboard.
This thin cardboard disc, you have to put them on.
That's the widget.
But they're great. They just take 2.5 minutes. They're lovely.
Yeah.
Chicago Town, says Anthony Althorn correctly.
These ones aren't even a brand though. This is like Asda's own one.
Yeah.
Brand. So they'll always do a variation.
Inch wise? Are these like 5 inch or 10 inch?
Yeah, probably 10-incher. 10-incher.
And as Anthony Althorn correctly says, when the cheese gets stuck to the disc, perfect. There's the t-shirt. People who want to see the t-shirt. Missing Budgerigar Bureau.
Available on our Redbubble.
Yeah, I'll just stand like this for the rest of the episode.
Probably the most, I think that, judging by the tour, I haven't checked the stats on Redbubble, but I think that's one of the most popular t-shirts we've ever created. It's really sold well. Oh, and that sets it off nicely.
Doesn't it just, eh? We'll sell a special version of them with the sunglasses as well.
Yeah.
There we are. Okay.
Not so many comments tonight as there often is. That's disappointing.
There's just about as many viewers as we usually get, so that's good. It's the usual regulars. Peter Del Monte.
But they're just feeling shy.
Peter Del Monte asked to see the T-shirt. Now, there's been apparently we need to boycott Del Monte because in the Del Monte camps where they pick the oranges, there's all kinds of fucking violence and oppression going on. So if Peter Del Monte, if you are the heir to the Del Monte fortune, I might have to ask you to leave. You know this the woman who's part of the consortium at Newcastle United, Amanda Baby.
Yeah.
I've forgotten her surname.
Amanda Hug and Kiss. I need Amanda Hug and Kiss. Yeah.
She is the heiress to the North Yorkshire theme park, Lightwater Valley.
Is that right?
Why is that not enough for her?
Some people are like that.
If I was the heiress to Lightwater Valley, I'd be focusing all of my attention on it.
Some people are just too ambitious.
Yeah, Stavely. Thanks, Patreon County. Amanda Stavely, correct. What have we got? Is anybody asking any questions or anything? Clem Diggett, doesn't seem to have a clue what's going on. He's 2 years behind content-wise. I guess he must be a new subscriber then. You've got so much to enjoy. Chinese and darts, Quincy and me. Yeah, I'll be watching the darts as soon as this is finished. I'm going to the darts on Friday night, Sam. I'm going to Blackpool.
Yeah, no, yeah. Exciting, isn't it?
Can't wait. Blackpool, July, darts. Probably a Nando's. Me and me boy. Should be loads of fun.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Oh, dream chat. I had a dream last night, Sam. I know Dream Chat's banned, but this is quite florid, and I think you might enjoy it. You were in it.
Yeah,
in my dreams.
I'm interested.
Now he's interested. Now he's invested. We were in Liverpool doing a gig, but it was in quite a small bar. And at the end of the gig, it was in two halves. We did a lot of just chit chat like this in the first half, and then we did some sketches in the second half. A bit similar to what we've done before, live. And at the end, the proprietor of the bar, who was a German man, sat us down and critiqued the entire show.
Wow.
Notes that he had made.
Oh my God. That wouldn't have gone down well. I mean, that has happened to us before, and it's actually been worse because it was audience members who have somehow infiltrated our backstage area and given us critiques. At least this guy, at least this guy's got skin in the game. He's the proprietor. We're sort of obliged to listen to him in a way.
It was his bar. And so obviously we give a bit of, there was a bit back and forth. There might have some pushing and shoving. I can't quite remember. and so we left the bar, and then we were approached by a man, an old man. I've forgotten his name. I think his name was Minton or something like that. And you said that he'd come to assassinate you. This was the end for you, and you knew the game was up, and he shot you. And then he came after me as well, and there was a chase.
Oh, because you were a witness, maybe.
Car park stairwell, and eventually he cornered me and he shot me as well. And it was terrible.
Was that the end of the dream?
Well, that was the end of the dream, wasn't it? Because I was dead.
You're dead.
Yeah. It just came up the end after that.
Yeah.
So there's the dream. I thought you might like that.
That's really that's a decent dream. Dream chat's bad, but occasionally, if you have a high quality dream, we suspend that rule, and that was a high quality dream. Like when I had the dream that it was like dating in my dream. Oh yeah, Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox.
Yeah.
Sam Hamwich says, but Lightwater Valley is utter gash. Lightwater Valley it might be now because they've retooled it for the under 12s. Lightwater Valley over the decades has been fucking brilliant, mate. So I don't know what the fuck you're getting mixed up with. Flamingo Land, probably.
Someone said, what's his name? Peter Del Monte says our family are of Cuban descent. Luckily,
Mm.
where's the man from Where is Del Monte? I thought it was an invented place
I don't know.
for the sake of branding. The man from Del Monte, the cunt from Del Monte, more like, eh?
Mm.
Sam Handwich. I've encountered Minton, the Dreamweaver.
Spain, apparently.
Was a little like Kane off of Poltergeist 2.
Oh, encountered him in your own dream? Does he guest star in people's dreams?
Yeah, like Freddy Krueger used to just like pop up in different people's dreams, didn't he?
Minton.
Minton's a great name
What
for a dream assassin. Yeah.
He was quite old as well.
Peter Del Monte says that Del Monte's in Spain. We can't boycott Spain. Come on, man.
No, of course not.
That's what we're planning on moving to. Nothing can make me boycott Spain.
Just that bit, I guess.
Just don't go to Del Monte. Lingo Nort says Del Monte is next to Bazran. One of these days we should just deep dive Bazran.
We should put together a map of fictional continental foreign places.
Don't forget we when we deep dived Gulliver's Travels, we had both of those places that he went to.
Yeah.
Little Land and Big Land, I believe they were.
That's what their names was, yes.
Mm.
Saw
you lads in Brighton, superb. Any chance of doing the Half Moon Putney? I doubt it, man. But I might see you in the Half Moon Putney because I constantly have my eye on their listings email.
What's special about Half Moon Putney?
Half Moon Putney's where I recently saw the Smiths tribute band and the Jam tribute band.
Oh, got you. All right then.
It is a famous venue in terms of like the pub circuit. It's been going since like the 60s, and you know the Stones have played there, and it's like a small venue, but it's hardly changed. And so on the circuit, it was always well known. But nowadays, there's a lot of tribute acts. There's the odd bit of comedy, like I think Jenny Eclair's playing there this week, and occasionally they get like good up and coming bands. Or recently, and I attempted to go. I was at the Smiths and I said, "Oh, I love this venue. I always forget how much I love it." It's like it's a walk from my house, right? It's nice to have a little music venue that's that close, because then when it's cheap, you can just sort of like sometimes go on a whim, take a chance. Do you know what I mean? And so I was walking into Smiths and they had all the other upcoming listings on the wall. And I was looking through, most of them were tribute bands or comedians I wasn't interested in. And I went, fucking hell, Paul Young. Is that the real Paul Young? And the manager was on the door, like he was doing tickets on the door, and he went, without looking at me, just really cool as a cucumber, he overheard me saying it, and he went, "That's him." Right. And I went, "What?" And he went, "I'm the manager, mate. That's the real Paul Young." And I went, "Is it? Fucking hell, I'm coming to that." He goes, "No chance, mate. Sold out weeks ago."
Yeah, good work, Paul Young. Good work, Paul Young from the Half Moon Putney.
Yeah, great.
Probably
great
local
fucking,
for him, I reckon.
Yeah. I don't know where he lives, but he's a great guy, Paul Young. I really like him, and I would have gone to see that. Yeah.
More like Water Valley dissing going on here. Pension Accountancy against its knee Flamingo Land. Look, like Water Valley's got a brilliant roller coaster, which I don't think Flamingo Land's got, or it did have till they fucking retooled it. It's got the thing which was, I think it was called the Rat, which was just a sheer drop slide, and you just fucking fall down 20 feet and then go into a slide thing. Three great water slides of different steepnesses. The best pirate swing I've ever been on, because it really swung. That pirate swing really swung. But again, they shut that down, probably for health and safety. Too many wasps, though. But Flamingo Land's overrated. Next question.
Ever listened to Rush? Nah.
They're
like one of those bands that are absolutely
Hell
massive,
Slide,
but I couldn't name a song by them.
The Hell Slide, that's what it was called. The Rat must have been somewhere else. I had a thing called the Ram, I think, as well. And when it opened, Sam, it used to have, it was a working farm, and it had piglets and pigs and chicks. And
Chessington used to be like that. Chessington World of Adventures used to be a
farm. Small, don't they? Nice.
Yeah, and then they eventually I believe they kill off the animals.
They do. Yeah, feed them to the staff as the
slowly
staff
they kill them. Yeah.
First time I went to Lightwater Valley, same
Yeah.
day, the FA Cup final, 1979, Arsenal 3, Manchester United 2.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck? Missed it. Heard the last 5 minutes on the radios. We were coming home.
Yeah, back in the days where the FA Cup final was pretty much unmissable.
But that was probably the most exciting one ever.
But, oh yeah, Flamingo Land leads new sleeve sponsor. Yeah, it's not a great. You've just been relegated. And you find out, look, Flamingo Land's your new sleeve sponsor. It's a real it's really crashing down to earth with a bump.
Yeah, this is where we're at now. Yeah.
Yeah. Des Arthur says the Wham thing on Netflix, absolute joy. Agree. Uplifting and none of the later nonsense. Long live George. What's the later nonsense?
It's later nonsense. I don't know.
What do you mean, Des? What nonsense?
What happened?
I don't understand. Explain yourself. League predictions for Sunderland and the Mighty Isaac season, says Matthew Costa. Well, as I've already said on one episode recorded recently, I think that West Ham are going to be in a relegation battle again next season. I mean, obviously, it probably will be worse than last season because we've lost our best player. So unless something changes, but I also predict that David Moyes will be sacked by November. So it might be that we get a new manager who turns things around. But at the moment, I'm predicting relegation struggle. What about Sunderland, mate?
I think we'll do all right, but I think it'll be a bit underwhelming compared to last season. I think we're looking at like 9th or 10th or something like that.
So how many players have you lost from last season's team?
We haven't lost any, but then we didn't really have many to lose.
Did the guy go back to Manchester United?
Oh yeah, he's gone back, Dallo.
Right. And was he the main man?
Diallo, sorry, not Dallo. Ish. Jack Clark is really good, but Burnley is sniffing around him. Burnley have been increasing the offers for him. We brought in some more kids who might be good, might not be good, don't know. Ross Stewart, who's our top striker, is in the last year of his contract. He's probably going to go. It's all a bit, I don't know. And you've got like Leeds and like Leicester and Southampton have come down. Middlesbrough will probably be strong again with Michael Carrick in charge. Coventry, they're good. Don't know. It could be a bit of a crowded top end. It'll be like really exciting league to watch, as it always is. Best league in the world.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be a bit crowded up there this season. Last season was the best chance to go up, I think. But we'll see. Hopefully I'm wrong. Could you crawl around tunnels in a fort at Lightwater? Yes, you could. There was a big wooden fort that had crawl spaces in it on the around the outside of it. Yeah. You could.
It's great crawling around the fort. He's right. You can do that still at Black Gang Shine in the Isle of Wight. You can do some fort crawling. Although you have to be careful if you're a grown man like I am, because sometimes people respond strangely. It's all right when the kids are small because you could justify it more. You'd say, look, I'm in here with my kid. But now, I don't know. I try to go there like early in the day or very late in the day when the tunnels are empty.
It's quiet.
It's easier to have a go.
Yeah, there's few people to complain and raise red flags. TripAdvisor gives both of them 3.5 stars. Well,
yeah.
Both of them are a bit low. I'd have gone 3.9 maybe.
Bacon Heaven says Sam does look a bit Hawkins-esque. I think he means Stephen Hawkins because of this special chair with the headrest bit.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Des has elaborated on his Wham comment. It was good. It didn't dive into his struggles for the views. Well, it didn't because it was just a Wham documentary. It was just about Wham. It ended when Wham ended in 86, so that's good.
Tell us about his struggles.
Yeah.
But you know what his struggles are. Yeah, but I want to hear them again.
Tell us about when he used to play with cocks in the toilets at the park.
Tell us about his cock obsession, his cock session. And tell me about when he drove his Land Rover, his Range Rover, into Snappy Snaps. Tell me that bit, because he was high on weed cigarettes.
I don't think enough is said about the time he fell out of the fucking car on the motorway. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
75 mile an hour. That came and went in the news quite quickly.
Right, legend.
Top Flight Time Machine Turbo D out to both. Let the people decide. Well, go for it. All he is. Put a coach on.
We're not coming.
No, fuck
We're not coming unless you pay us.
This is a nice surprise. Not watching the darts, Andrew. I'm watching the darts, Stu, not Stu, because we've timed this slightly earlier than we normally do, them because I want to watch the darts later on, and because the darts is on every night this week, and we have to get this done this week because we've got other, what's the word I'm looking for? Appointments next week.
Yeah, obligations. No, I'm off to Portugal on Sunday morning.
Woo!
6 a.m. flight, so I'm staying in the airport hotel.
Nice.
Can't beat it. Airport hotel. Turn up on Saturday night. Not sure what to do about dinner yet. Thinking I might eat in the terminal.
Eat in the terminal, obviously,
night.
yeah.
Yeah, but you can't go through to departures and the choice of
good stuff
eateries.
is-
The choice of eateries is obviously not that good until you're through security. In departures, they usually just have a couple of smaller places. So that's the only thing I'm worried about.
Pre-packed sandwich and Dudley Smith.
I might eat on the way to Gatwick. I don't know, but it's just so exciting to be there the night before. Do you know what I mean? Because I guess probably check-in at about 4 a.m. So I'm gonna get there and then get up at 3. It's just so exciting. It just adds to the buzz of the whole thing, doesn't it?
I've got a similar thing. I'm off to Spain the week after you going away, and 6:45 a.m. flight from Newcastle.
Right. Airport hotel.
No, it's that time of the day. It's like a 30-minute drive to the airport. I'll just get out of bed at like 10 to 4 or something, bleary-eyed, jump in the car.
Yeah.
Maybe have a coffee or something, and then just head to the airport. Have a pint at 5 a.m. Did that when I went on the same flight last night. 5 a.m. pint and chicken sandwich in the airport.
That's what it's all about.
Like a hero.
Hazing in Ireland, if you still going on holiday to Ireland? Yes, I am. But it'll only be a few days with me and the lad. That's in August. That's like a mini trip, mini add-on. When my daughter and wife are fucking off to New York.
Oh!
Yeah, they're going to New York to see my sister. And me and Len are getting no more than a trip to Tato Castle.
Well, I don't know who's the winner there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Len's definitely happier with his side of the deal for sure.
Yeah. Thoughts on the European heatwave, says Matthew Costa. It's worrying.
Lucky though, it's over now. I think I'm looking at temperatures of 28 degrees.
All right, okay.
Next week, which is perfectly reasonable, isn't it?
Thank God for aircon and swimming pools, I reckon.
Yeah, exactly.
And over there.
Tonight's not the night for us to dwell on the impending global fire that will destroy us all. That's not what you're all here for. Sorry.
Sarah Whitehead would like a bit of the heat wave. I think we all would around here at the moment. Feels like that's the second part of a 2 comments.
Yeah, luckily the bin children ran away, so I didn't accidentally kill one of them with a cricket bat. It's strange.
You seek out the first part of that. See what
that raises more questions than answers, doesn't it?
Does. And I'm scrolling. Oh, there it is. There's some little cunts on my road dicking about with a bin. Terminator time? Question mark.
No. If kids can't play with bins, then what can they do? It's summer. They've got nothing else. They can't get served in the pub anymore. Let them play with the bins.
You'd think someone called James Christmas would be a bit more cheery, wouldn't you?
Let children play with bins. I'm going to get a baseball bat and smash their brains out.
They were intimidating the locals, he says.
He's changing his story now.
Yeah.
To make himself look like less of a local grouch. The locals should not allow themselves to be intimidated by bin playing children.
Did you encounter
lobbing rubbish around? Well, it's a bit of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, Liz coming home. Like I said the other day on what might be an episode that's not out yet because we've recorded so many this week. At the Scarborough pub gig, did you encounter the lady usher on a power trip? She was at the top of the seating area, clipboard in hand. She was a little Hitler.
Oh,
I did encounter a lady usher, but she seemed lovely. I encountered her on 2 occasions, and on the second occasion, I asked her if the ramp at the back of the top where the bar was an exit, and she said yeah, and that got me out of there super quick right at the end. I didn't have to get through the crowds, so she was great.
Do you ever worry that our audience is they're all grouches?
Or arseholes.
Not arseholes, but like there's a lot of grumpiness. It's like there's kids in the street.
Yeah.
Someone annoyed me at a gig, and it's like then maybe it's like, well, maybe we encourage that. I don't know, but I feel I would like this podcast to be known as a celebration of life, not a right big moan up. So
Well, we do complain about many things.
James Christmas and the bin children. Oh, Penshaw accountancy's back.
He's your nemesis, isn't he?
I can't remember what he did to annoy me. Was he the one who was at the gig in? Did he give us bad tax advice? Did he give me bad advice on putting an expense in for that kitten?
No, someone was talking about something one time, and I think did he not reveal their identity or something like that? Or I can't remember. He did something that had upset you specifically.
Did he dox us?
Doxed someone, I think, in the. I can't remember.
Stop looking into our affairs, Penshaw.
He didn't.
Penfold.
But I've met him in real life. He came up and said hello in real life, and he seems all right.
Well, keep your snout out of our business. And also, I'm pretty sure he gave me duff advice on claiming that kitten. I'm still going to try it. I'm going to try the puppy as well at the end of the year. And if they don't think it's work related, I'll send them all the content I've made about them.
Callum Winterford says, was he a zooming wanker? He might have been. A lot of that about. It was about a motorhome. Yeah, it was about the motorhome. When I was saying, could I buy a camper van and then use it as a recording studio, mobile studio, like the Rolling Stones have got? I think we were going to do that, weren't we?
And and he didn't let us. Maybe that's what annoyed me.
Something like that. And then somebody else.
Let us use your camper van.
Someone had a camper van and they used it for work, but also for leisure or something. But they were declaring it as a work thing.
And he grasped them.
And I think
I tried to give you proper advice. It just wasn't what you wanted to hear. Classic accountant. Right. This Dan Wootton stuff.
I am late, Francie Wag. 69 minutes late almost. What?
Does the Dan Wootton stuff interest you or entertain you at all? The fact that he's getting done over, having devoted his whole life to doing other people over.
I think the level and the enormity of what he's been doing, it's like it's almost been some kind of military style campaign.
It's
this
impressive.
Big obsession.
It's impressive. All to just see pictures of very often his own colleagues' cocks. Right? These are the accusations.
It's about the cocks, is it though? It's about the power.
These are the allegations, right?
Yeah.
And he's going to great lengths, sometimes spending his own money, just to get pictures of people's cocks. And I was like, I tweeted, I said, I don't understand how posing as a showbiz agent is going to be any credible way of getting hold of pictures of cocks. Because I didn't understand how the conversation would unfold. It's like, hi, I'm a showbiz agent. Oh, great. I'd like to talk about representing you. Great. Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. Okay. I'm open to a conversation. But listen, it's quite important that I see a picture of your penis first before we can take this conversation further. You'd obviously say, nah, not really interested. Do you know what I mean? Like, thanks, but no thanks. This seems super weird. I can't for a moment understand why you'd want to see my cock. So I just was curious. And then, so I tweeted that just for a joke, really. But then you'll notice that one of the people that he's alleged to have targeted is an executive, former executive at News UK.
Right.
And it was anonymous. I didn't know who it was. But
do you know
5 minutes after I tweeted, that very same former News UK executive WhatsApped me directly saying, if you would like to know how this worked, here you go. And sent me screen grabs of the series of emails he had received a few years ago from Martin Brannan. And they were quite a read. And I have to say as well, it did add up to me. I thought there's no way I can see how this would happen.
Yeah.
But when I read the emails, I thought,
we did it.
I thought I wouldn't have fallen for it. I wouldn't have gone for it.
Yeah.
But I could at least see that there was an angle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Did he end up paying the actual money that was quoted to any of these?
No, because obviously the bloke, this bloke who turns out I know, he was like, he knew. It was funny. He said, I knew it was someone. I knew it was like some sort of weird power player or a wind up. I didn't straight away realize it was him. Yeah, he actually assumed it was someone else more famous than Dan Wootton with the habit of doing this sort of thing. He sort of assumed I'd know who it was. He went, of course, I assumed it was, and then insert name of a very famous comedian and TV personality here. And he went, I mean, that's obviously the first conclusion anyone would drop to, that it's him, because that's his MO. But it wasn't, it was Dan. So I strung it out for a bit, and I saw him artfully string it out, a bit like you might with a Nigerian prince who was asking you for your bank details, right? So he got more and more, and then eventually realised that it was Wootton, and I don't think he was that surprised. But the emails are really, they're not obscene, but they're quite artful, because he basically is going like this: listen, I'm a big showbiz agent. Right. Apart from anything else, the people he's approaching work in newspapers, they're gonna know. If you're made up, they're gonna know. They're gonna, I've never fucking heard of you, and then just Google the name, right? But he goes, I'm a showbiz agent, and I think that if you're looking for representation, I could definitely get you some quite lucrative work, right? And he's gone, okay, what sort of thing? I mean, I'm happy to chat, fine. And he's gone, all right, brilliant. That's great. You're happy to chat. Actually, obviously we haven't signed anything yet and it's early stages, but I actually have a potential client, a potential bit of work business for you right now that I've been asked about. And that's why I've reached out to you, because someone specifically who I know wants to work with you. And go, oh, that's and he goes, and they've got a big budget. And he goes, okay, what sort of thing? He goes, well, it's very sensitive and has to be kept very low key / confidential. And he's gone, all right, tell me more. He goes, are you sure you're happy for me to go on? It is of a sexual nature. So obviously my mate's gone straight away, sure, yes, go please. On. So he said, he's interested in seeing pictures of your penis. He will pay £10,000 directly to you immediately on receipt of the images. Amazing, isn't it?
That's fantastic.
By the way, everyone, I mean, obviously this is a private stream. This is no, but I mean, these are all allegations. These are the emails I read from someone called Martin Brannan. I can't vouch for the veracity of them. The source I got them from is a very strong source, right? But Dan Wootton's name is nowhere near this, right?
There are two names I need from you at the end of this broadcast, but I have to make sure it's gone off, because there was an earlier conversation where I need a name as well.
Okay.
An ice skater.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
that's for an episode next week. We're away next week, listeners. So we pre-recorded a huge amount of stockpiled episodes over the last few days, and one of them involves discussion of a famous ice skater.
I'll be out in about 3 weeks.
I went to school with.
So, for example, if someone like Dan Wootton, for example, allegedly was to try and procure cockpits from various people within the News International organization, do you think he'd be looking to store them and use them for his own ends in order to progress up the greasy ladder at some point?
It could be that he has them now, and that's exactly why none of the newspapers other than The Guardian are reporting on this, because he's like, many years ago, he thought, I'm quite powerful. I'm the showbiz editor of News of the World. I'm fairly powerful, but no amount of power be enough. Even if I was prime minister, I wouldn't be powerful enough. So he thought to himself, it's a bit like the sort of thing that Cartman would do in South Park. He thought, what is the ultimate power? What would give me ultimate power over everyone in the whole country? It would be if I built up a secret library,
a dossier of cocks,
of all the most powerful and influential people in the country, right? Including all of the senior civil servants,
Yeah.
the royal family, although I suspect pictures of their cocks are relatively easy to come by. They're probably available on the Alamy online library. So he's like, you know, all the senior politicians, newspaper editors, I'm going to painstakingly, over the years ahead, get a picture of everyone's cock. And the only cocks he didn't bother to try and get, or he tried and failed, but I suspect he didn't try, was cocks of people who work at the Guardian, because everyone knows that lefty cocks are tiny and ugly.
Tiny and permanently on the floor.
Yeah, they haven't had an erection in years because they think it's politically incorrect to do so.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's not nice what's happened, but it's spectacular. That's all I'll say. In terms of ambition, it's phenomenal.
I like the fact that he appeared on his own show and gave a very robust defense of himself, which was basically like, nah, that's all bollocks. And all the people that are saying it are fucking arseholes as well. One of them tried to slit my throat once. I would say no matter what happens next, and it's very important to us. You know, innocent until proven guilty. We do not know. I actually read the article on Byline Times, and it wasn't the most rigorous piece of journalism, if I'm honest. Yeah. It was extremely compelling to read. Yeah. But if I was going to be a Lampard about it was very much sort of train of thought accusations with, you know, I don't think it would, if it had been at a mainstream newspaper, I don't think it would have cleared the editors or the lawyers, right? But fuck it, they've gone for it and it's got them some attention. But even if it turns out to all be fabricated, it won't make any difference to me and my opinion on Dan Wootton, which I've held for many years. When I worked at Heat, he was on the circuit as like News of the World editor. He was, you know, if ever there was a fucking wrong 'un, right? From the moment he walked in the room, before he'd even opened his mouth, the atmosphere that he brought him in with him, like fucking Voldemort, right? Yeah. The geezer's a fucking weirdo. He's a wrong 'un. And whether he's done this massive cock campaign or not, and if he has, like you say, I have a grudging respect for that.
Yeah, it's the best thing he's ever done, I think.
I mean, I would, yeah. I mean, if you and I had a dossier of every podcaster's cock in Britain, then we would be in a very interesting situation right now, wouldn't we?
Well, definitely.
Very interesting.
So we've only got a handful, though, so we're not.
We've only got some, yeah.
Early doors for us.
We've got Louis Theroux's.
Yeah.
Obviously, he gave his up. He gave his up pretty easily.
We got Russell Brand just off Google.
Russell Brand, we didn't even fucking ask. He just started sending them to us, unsolicited. And
we've got each other's.
We've got each other's, of course. Obviously. But that I insist on that whenever I start a business with anyone. Yeah, I said the only way we can definitely trust each other going into business. Is to get a picture of each other's cocks and then both lock them in our respective safety deposit boxes. So
I've sent mine to Bob. He hasn't sent his back yet. It's been delaying on that for about.
No, well, he's quite rich, and I suspect he's getting a professional photo shoot done of his.
Yeah,
with proper lighting. Whereas I just went like that.
Yeah. With a flash.
Yeah.
A real glare on it.
Yeah. Horrible. Yeah. Well, there would be a glare anyway because my penis is often quite shiny.
Yeah. Okay, I think we've done it all now for tonight.
Cock and cheese.
Incidentally, I'm just off to now eat either a Del Monte orange or a Del Monte lemonade iced lolly that I bought in Asda a couple of days ago before all of these allegations emerged. So rather than just melt them in the sink, I've bought them now, so I'm gonna eat them. It's quite warm in here tonight. So
venture accountancy has gone well, I'll show you. I'll bring you. You control the things that appear on screen. Yeah. Dan Wootton's cock dossier is a viz strip waiting to happen. It sure is. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
thanks.
Very good. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Yeah.
These get-togethers are brilliant. Highlight of the month for us.
Yeah, they're
enjoyed
really good
doing them.
fun. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah. And there we are. We'll leave the last to Hazelin Island. Thanks, lads, and enjoy your holidays. And there's a little kiss. Half a kiss.
Kiss.
Bye-bye. See you all soon.